Wow. Ole is fucking at the wheel. Oh my God. I am well and truly done. I don't care anymore. Punditry. I said it from 2 years ago. Ole's at the wheel. Give him a 10-year contract. I've had enough, man. I've had enough. I don't give a shit, bro. Get out, man. Ole out. I'm seriously had enough of this shit. I've had enough of it, man. 4-2. Get him out. You're a monster.
Give him a 10-year contract.
Wow. The spit though. Oh my God.
You know what? Yeah. Why is it always me? I get the most edited one.
Bro, if you're gonna, bro, that screaming there, bro, that was so perfect.
And what was in the spit, yo? Listen,
the spit.
What's going on, man? God. Man zooming on to spit, you know. What's going on, man?
How did he clock that? Skullfuggery, I don't know.
He's not normal, man. He's editing like there's no tomorrow, man. Flipping hell.
10 year, speak to me about this 10-year contract. I never knew you said that, bro.
Listen.
I don't remember I didn't know that. When I got sent this video, I was like, oh, my guy does his research as well.
You kept that one quiet.
Yeah. No, listen, that was at the start. At the start, when everyone was gassed about Ole Gunnar Solskjær.
Oh, so like you lot getting gassed, is it?
Well, you know what I mean. It's one of them, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
It's a common theme, isn't it, Saeed? You get a bit gassed, then your bubble gets burst, and then we get a rant, and you sound like the gingerbread man all over again.
Mate,
you're a monster.
You know what? Yeah, it's not even the fact that I don't even know why I do it. You know, like I'm angry, but then I start squeaking for some reason. I don't know if it's just a pain in my voice.
You know the muffin man? Who's the muffin man?
Anything but the buttons.
You know who you sound like? Man. You know who you sound like? If you watch South Park, do you know who Mr. Towel is?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I got the whole, man.
The high towel.
Kids. That's
nah, he sounds like Herbert the pervert.
Like.
Hey kids, you like popsicles? I got a whole freezer full of popsicles.
Hey, Skullfuggery, I think Tobes got a new one there with Towley still. I know we've done the gingerbread man. Towley might be the next one.
I want this done fair. The amount of editing that's gone into that, I want that done fairly because I feel like I've been getting the most edited out of everyone. You know what I mean?
Don't try it.
I knew this was going to be your response. So this is your second time this season. Steve's had 2 this season. Tobes has had 2 this season, and that's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how it goes. Then fair enough, man. But that's the last. That's the last of me. That rant there is the last of me. I'm apathy now. I'm full of apathy. I've no hope anymore. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's true, is it?
No, I'm being serious. I'm doing Toby now. Toby. Big up to you, yeah, but I think I'm gonna be Toby from now on. I'm just gonna.
You can't do Toby. Nobody can do.
No. I'm Toby now because win, lose or draw. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I'm just saying 2-1.
If you lose 3-0 at home on Sunday, because if you lose 3-0 at home on Sunday, you're gonna care. It will hurt you deeply inside.
No, it don't hurt me, mate. I'm done.
Man. Come on, man.
No. I'm done. No feelings in me anymore. I'm not catching feelings anymore.
Look what Man United's done to this guy now. Look what they've done to him.
I'm being serious.
Broken, man.
He's broken
because
lost all this weight and lost your love as well, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, man. Now for me, yeah, I'm actually done with United. I think I'm done until we get a new manager. I'm done with Ole Gunnar Solskjær. For me, there's nothing he can do to change my mind about anything. Wow. If he wins the Europa League, if he wins this, if he wins that, I couldn't care less, mate. I want him out.
What about the Derby Day Cup? What if he wins the Derby Day Cup?
I couldn't give a shit. I couldn't give a shit about that one. That one is in the memory, Steve. That one I enjoyed that last year.
Dancing in the kitchen again.
Yeah, it was lockdown, isn't it? What can we do, man? We're in lockdown. I had to make myself busy. Listen.
He's even left his shitty United flag here, so I've got his flag, so he can't even dance in the kitchen with that anymore.
Yeah, I need that one, mate. Make sure you keep that clean. Yeah, I need that when
just wipe my ass on it before.
Toilet paper.
When Ole Gunnar Solskjær gets sacked, yeah, I need that to party around. So now, listen, we'll get straight into it. For me, I'm fully done with Man United in terms of if Liverpool batter us, I couldn't care less. If you win, I couldn't care less. Same with Man City, couldn't care less about anything. Until this man is gone, until this bullshit of a process is gone, yeah, I couldn't care less about Man United Football Club. They don't care about us. They don't care about what we want. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world, and we're getting treated like mugs. And half of the fan base, I don't know what's up with him. Yeah, I feel like everyone's come back and sense of reality. This is the only hope for Man United fans, is that we're all on the same page right now. It's taken 2 years for my message to get across. I don't know if I was using Windows XP Windows or it was something else going on. I'm telling you. Now, I'm being serious, Alex, man. There's nothing to laugh about here. You get me? Because no, I'm being serious, man. It's taken a long time for my message to get out there and say that Ole Gunnar Solskjær is not the right man. I've had pundits talking about freestyle football when I called it 2 years ago, and I was called a fake fan. I was called every word under the sun.
You did say that. You did say that.
Well, I did say that, didn't I? I said there's no structure, there's no identity. You know, everyone thought these was all buzzwords that were coming outside my mouth thinking, I just hate the man. It's not about that. I want Man United to win. I want United to be on a level where I can't... Listen, every year, yeah, I'm in the house, yeah, and they're celebrating every single year a trophy. It don't matter what it is, yeah, they celebrate every year. And I'm in the corner thinking, wow, what am I doing here? We're just accepting that. It's been happening for far too long. And it's almost so sudden now, everyone's kind of realized and opened up and think, wow, we've got all these players and we've got a shit manager. What's going on here? So for me, Ole Gunnar Solskjær has to go. Gary Neville is a muppet. For me, he ain't no legend to me. He's a muppet. Same with the rest of them. Skulls, hypocrite. The rest of them are mugs, mate. Don't listen to these pundits. You know what I'm saying to you? Don't listen to what they're saying, man. They don't care about United. They've got their own venture in hotel football. They've got their own stuff going on right now. They don't care about you lot. They want to see their job protected. And that's what they're doing right now. And he's talking about friend, mate. What sort of nonsense is that? I won't call him out because he's my friend. That's what you call a muppet right there. And Gary Neville, you are a muppet, mate. And you don't deserve to be one of us, man. Because at the end of the day, you're keeping your interests at heart, mate. And that's what you're doing. You ain't no United fan, man. If you're a United fan, you want Man United to win. But you're not. You're keeping your best mate in charge so that everyone else is protected. You failed as a manager, and you're failing as a pundit right now.
Failed to grow a mustache as well.
I think it massively it's a massive conflict of interest for him, and I think I can't really take them seriously now after hearing that. Like, you can't come out on national TV and say, well, I like him and he's my friend, so, you know, I'm not going to call him out. Like, well, then why are you sitting in the chair? Like, he's a fantastic pundit, but he can't speak on Manchester United. Quite evidently, he can't speak on Manchester United because
exactly. Is he a fantastic pundit nowadays? He used to be sick. Now he just waffles, chat shit, speaks in emotion, and protects his friends.
You know, you see that first game of the season where Arsenal played Brentford, and I was in the stadium and whatnot with AFTV, and I done some behind the scenes stuff. That's because my brethren works for Brentford behind the scenes and whatnot. And he said to me, like after the game, he saw like Gary Neville came round and whatnot, and he said, and he's a Man United fan, and he said to Gary Neville, like, it's time for Ole now. And he basically replied with, like, you know, the raised eyebrows as to say, yes, it is. But then to go and say that on TV, it's like, what are you actually doing here? Like, because my brethren said, like, he's not a liar either. He said the way he reacted, he didn't say it, but he insinuated he agrees that it's Ole's time. But then you go on TV and say something like that.
But you know what though? I would. In his role, it's difficult, isn't it? Like, he's got to be objective, but at the same time, that's like one of his close friends. But I would almost respect it a bit more if he acknowledged that Ole was failing at his job. Yeah. And he said, I'm not going to call him out because he's my friend, but I can acknowledge he's failing at his job. And if Man United were to go for a new solution, it would be justified. But he won't say that last part. In his eyes, he thinks that Ole should stay in the job. It's ridiculous now. Like, Man United have been playing the same way for 2 years now. Every single time you watch them, there is no... I know it's cliche, people say patterns of play, but just watch them play. It's the same thing we said to Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, more so Liverpool, Man City. You know how they're going to attack you. You know how they're going to play. You know how they're going to create chances. You know how they're going to be off the ball. You don't know that with Man United. It's so knee-jerk.
Yeah.
It's just individuality all over the squad.
On top of that, he said something which I found to be just...
He mentioned Wenger's name in it as well. Sorry, he mentioned Wenger's name in it as well. And that pissed... Because you see Gary, you see that time he called out one of the Arsenal fans and he said that guy's a clown for holding Wenger out. I wish I was part of AFTV then, because if I had a chance to speak to Gary Neville, I'm putting it on, my man.
But they won't call you, mate. They won't call
a fan clown. Of course they won't. Like, they won't call man to overlap either. Because you want to go talk to me about bullshit. Talk to me about the owner. What happened to all this uproar about the owners and Super League? Because you thought you're losing your job, you spoke up. Now your job's safe. You've gone back to talking shit again. Matisse, sorry, go on.
He says something so strange, like Manchester United, even if they were to sack their manager, they wouldn't be able to compete with Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City because they're just far better. And I'm trying to understand, did he not just see us sack our club legend to be put in that category of we can't be touched? So if you was to then sack your club legend, who's also unqualified, and get yourself a top manager, would you not enter that bracket that you're so-called saying Manchester United can't enter? And then I have to drag Paul Scholes into this because he was making some stupid comments as well, talking about Manchester United's defense is better than Chelsea's. With where is the evidence for that? It's just I feel like I don't know what's going on with your pundit Saeed at your club, but they're doing a madness right now. The maths is not mathing. Like, how are you going to tell me that my defense is not on par with Manchester United? My defense is the only reason why I'm sitting here in any sort of title discussion. It's the only reason, because of the defense. Exactly. So then how are we going to compare our defense to Manchester United?
Yeah, it's crazy. Didn't what's his name? Didn't he say something like he must have? This is when I knew like your bias actually knows no bounds. He said something like, "Oh, Ole Gunnar Solskjær. If you asked Ole Gunnar Solskjær, would he prefer the squad he's got this season to last season?" He'd say last season. In what planet would he think that? You've got 2 Champions League winners, one of which is probably the second or third, maybe greatest ever to play the sport, and the other one is a decorated centre back in his prime, and you're telling me that he would choose last season with Lindelof and Maguire and a tired Martial up top? You're crazy. And
he said in his press conference,
he's waffling, bro.
He just had a press conference there where he said he dismissed Jamie Carragher's criticism of his style, and he's actually responded. I mean, if you're a good top manager, you just don't even respond to little bait ones like that when the journalist is trying to fish you out a bit. And he goes, you replied to it and said, you can tell Mr. Carragher I won't be changing my style. Thank God for that.
Yeah, man. There is no style anyway.
For that. I'm happy.
What style, mate?
But it stinks of someone who's desperate to keep his job. It's like he's paranoid of people laughing about him and mocking him in the press, I think. And he's so insecure in his job right now. The writing's on the wall. But then it's not really, because he won't get sacked, really. I don't think he will get sacked. Do you say?
For me, he has to. For me, listen, there'll be a revolt, mate.
He has to, and will he? Like, he never said.
For me, if he gets smacked by Liverpool, then I think he goes. If he gets smacked by Liverpool, and then you've got Tottenham and City, he can't stand this, man. He cannot walk by this, mate. Because what's the point of competing? Then is this top 4 remit then? This football club, we just compete for top 4, because at the end of the day, because that's what I'm saying. This is why it pisses me off. You know what I mean? You've got managers out there that are credible. But these Glazers, these Muppets, they know what they're doing with Ole Gunnar Solskjær. And by the way, I didn't do that. I don't know what this guy's on about. You know what I mean?
He's asking, did you stay?
No, I didn't. We stayed to the end or walk. No, I didn't go to the game anyway. So, so basically, my point is anyway, the Glazers know what they're doing with Ole. And the legends that are football, these so-called legends, that have no interest in Man United winning, just for their own interest in being ambassadorial roles, and they've got the hotel football, they've got everything in that fantasy. The remit is top 4, and for me, the fans have just got to keep putting pressure on. And now I've got people saying to me, you know what, they'd rather take a loss against Liverpool, and you know what, I couldn't even blame them. Man. I'm not judging anyone, mate.
That's mad.
Listen, you know what it is, This is what you got to realize. These guys don't care about us, so why should I give a damn about them? Why should I put my effort and time in, to go watch Man United, for them to just absolutely slap us in the face? It's a joke, mate. It's an absolute. We are the biggest. I keep saying it. We're one of the biggest clubs in the world. Real Madrid and Man United, no matter what, they always stay at the top. It might not be winning trophies, but they'll still be around the top. And Man United right now are crumbling, mate. And if we don't act right now, I'm telling you now, mate, we could be facing a top 4 battle with the likes of Tottenham and Arsenal and whoever's over there.
Yeah, we would be lucky to be in a top 4 battle. Rice says the reality is Ole and Arteta's P45s need typing up, let alone Steve Bruce at Newcastle. United and Arsenal are in the mud with their managers. Yeah, nothing I can disagree with there. Free my man Saeed, long day Saeed. Matisse, when is the next stream, brother? It's been peak.
Yeah, the next stream is tomorrow, man. They've been
Don't
asking.
even tell them the next stream. Say subscribe and put the notifications on, my guy. If the notifications are on,
true. Apparently
know when
YouTube
the
don't
next
send out
stream is.
notifications. So I don't know
You'll
what's
know
going
when
on
the
in
next
it. I
stream
really don't know. If anything, just follow on Instagram and the story's always updated. But there'll be a stream. There'll be a stream tomorrow. Not to worry. Toby and I have got London show to get onto Lee.
No worries, man said Turkish bringing Jamie
I'm
Oliver.
guessing that's me then, yeah?
I guess so.
The naked chef. Come on, G.
And we had a comment earlier from United TOBS saying, big up you, man. Best show out. Allow my guy, SAEED. When Salah pams a hattie at OT, I'm backing off my top like CR. I don't know if I can finish that due to, the internet and being cancelled.
No way. Did he say that?
I'm done with this pagan Ole. Big up everyone.
That name is I've just clocked that name. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
I don't know if I can finish that sentence there still on the internet.
Man.
It's all mad. If Ole gets fired right now, please tell me what club will give him a job. No club would even employ Ole as a caretaker.
No. Barnet would probably have it.
Not even Barnet, man. That's respectful to Barnet, man.
They just sacked Harry Kewell, so they need a manager.
Swear down, Harry Kewell was there.
Champions League winner.
But the thing is, even Gary Neville wouldn't even hire him at Salford.
He probably would end up there.
I would just love to ask Gary, like, if he wasn't managing Manchester United, what football club in the Premier League would he be managing? And wherever the answer is, it's not of the stature of Manchester United. So where do we go from there? Because, in my opinion, people, and I've been saying this for ages on Ole and Arteta. If you don't have the stature or the experience and the history to manage a football club of that magnitude, you better damn well prove it pretty quickly that there's going to be some progression and that you're at least progressing as fast as the club's stature needs. Because otherwise, what are you doing in that seat? And people keep making these comparisons to Zidane and how much, he was a rookie when he came in. That is the exception, not the rule. Go and look at the way Zidane coached that Real Madrid team and compare it to what's going on at Manchester United. It's literally, there is no comparison. So
we'll have to go back to Mould.
This is what I'm saying.
Mould, they don't want him, though. They don't want him. Did you not hear their comments about Mould? They said the same things that we're saying. They said no style of play, no nothing. You know what I mean?
Even Mould are saying that. Wow.
Even Mould fans are saying that. So
Jesus
listen, the sooner he's gone, the sooner the better. And for me, I'd take Conte, take Zidane. I take a proven winner, and these people that saying, Conte is a pragmatic manager. Well, you need to go look at his stats and facts, mate, and realize he's not.
You think Zidane will leave Real though?
No,
he's not at Real, is he?
He's already left Real.
Oh yeah, is he? He's free.
No, he's not. Yeah, he's free. He's free.
Yeah, he's free.
You know what I mean?
But
so
my thing, my thing is, what is it with the modern football fan and pragmatic? What is it with this word of he doesn't play the United way? My man, the United way died when Silas Ferguson left, bro. What are you talking about the United way? You haven't won a trophy in 5 years. Any way should be the way. You should be trying to win. What is it with football fans and this obsession of we need to play Barcelona standard football? Not everybody can play that style of football. And by the way, look at the team that you have. The team that you have right now can't press from the front. They analyzed it very well after the game on Match of the Day. I watched because obviously the game was not live. Ronaldo, he's not going to press. Bruno, he's not going to press. You've bought players and key players in your team that are not going to press from the front. So you can't play the football that you desire to play regardless. You need to sit off in some games if you're going to play those two. Why play so high up and look to be so high up the pitch off the ball, but then have no press? Exactly. Manchester City, look at Bernardo Silva. Look at the press. Look at Liverpool with the press. If you're not going to press, you need to drop off. You can't do a little bit of both and then just get caught up. I saw Telemans one pass and they're in 2 passes and they're from back to front.
Wavy baller.
Come on, man.
Could have been 5-2 as well, man.
Yeah, Leicester should have battered them. I watched
Atletico Madrid. He's a pragmatic manager.
But when you've got players like Sancho, like Greenwood with Rashford, what's the problem with playing on transition? What's the big deal? Just win games.
But they listen. They have, like, Ronaldo aside. Ronaldo hasn't pressed in like 5-6 years. That's not who he is. But they have players who can press. Like Greenwood can press. Rashford can press. Bruno can press. These players should be able to press. Man City are filled with some of the best players in the world, and all of their players press. So
there's no excuse to not press, though. Like, all it is running. Like you see Aubameyang last night. At half time, they did this big 5-minute segment about Aubameyang's energy and closing people down. Bro, is that not a given? Like, I'm not being funny, but Firmino's been doing that for 6 years and doesn't get a 5-minute segment.
Yeah.
Like, that's a given, bro. All it is running a lot. Like, am I mad or something?
This
But
is
you
why,
got
like,
to coach that though. That's the thing. There's organized pressing, and then there's just pressing for pressing's sake. And I think the top manager will coach.
It's energy.
it's
Isn't
like
it?
the
You're using
individual
more
players
energy.
getting praise for it. I know what Alex is saying. If you're right as well, Matisse, but if the individual players getting, Roy Keane said it a few years ago, and this is why I love Roy Keane as a pundit. He said something like, which I think someone said to him, yeah, but he worked hard, and then Roy Keane was like, what do you mean hard?
That's
my
what I'm
job.
talking about.
That's my job, like, you know, man.
I know what it was about. They were talking about Keane playing that amazing game against Juve in '99, and Alex Ferguson said he covered every blade of grass. And he goes, "Fucking, that's my job. Why would I not cover every blade of grass?"
Done with Roy Keane, Australia.
I thought that was a brilliant accent.
Yeah, that was a good accent, actually.
Roy Keane is my favourite pundit, and United TOBS adding on Gary Neville as a failed manager and a hypocrite. Cardiff voted this pagan Ole as the worst manager in their history, but he's good enough for my club.
You know, I genuinely think
as well, you know.
Ole is the last hope of the generation of managers. So maybe they're thinking that if Ole fails, then, you know what I mean, like, oh, we've kind of all failed. So that's why they're probably rooting for him. And I mean, so then they could have hope. They could have hope maybe that guy never might be a manager one day and say, oh, look, Ole did it, so I might do it.
No.
But now,
honestly,
I'm being serious,
man.
CV now. You can't just be a legend. You actually need a CV now. Like, you can't just roll up to Arsenal saying, oh, I captain them, I'm Mertesacker. It's like, no, bro, you need a CV. I need to see like 5 clubs or less that you've managed that for a decent long time and had success in. You can't just have this legend thing and just walk into a job now. It doesn't run.
Real Janice, man. Take your time, mate. You know what I mean? You guys, a lot of Arsenal fans are calling for Arteta's end, but guys, get back in line, man. You know what I mean? Arteta's here to stay. You know what I mean? There's a good draw yesterday. Vital draw. So you guys, real Janice.
Don't be swinging the conversation yet.
No, I'm just saying, man. Because he said Conte in it, and that's my guy in it. So wait back in line.
Your guy, man. Conte's
not your guy, man.
Please, man.
He is not your guy.
We wanted Ole to have a 10-year contract.
Ole was your guy.
That is not my man.
Well,
Yeah, give him a 10-year deal, right?
No. That was when we were gassing,
No.
That was the start of Ole's reign.
Did you ever say that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, on the video.
Yeah.
When we games after.
Oh, SAEED.
Listen, man.
What's that really good clip? Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
PSG.
Oh, dear.
After the PSG one,
Even the paid for
Sam,
Salah
great.
contract right now.
That's
Man,
No, there's no way you were ever on this thing, surely.
No. Listen, everyone was on. Nobody can say to me. Probably there's a few people, but nobody can say to me at the start they weren't on this.
I'm not gonna lie. I never said it should have been more than an interim. Never. I could see it in his mannerisms. He wasn't fit to lead your club. You do realize you're Manchester United, right?
Not of
This
course.
man that is smiling. Nah, bro.
I thought he earned. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he earned.
Man smiling when you lost.
Bro, that's like the equivalent of saying Ryan Giggs earned it when he had his little run as well.
But he did it though. Because Ryan Giggs was terrible.
It's like a relationship.
Joe,
when you leave that relationship, and you go over something and they tell you the dream, you know what I mean? You get it. And that's what happened. He sold us a dream. And then when you dissected it and you started to find out who he really was, then you get me. Then it was a bit of a madness. So.
He didn't even do an Arteta and come with bare lingo in the first press conference or anything like.
Listen, all I know is that I see sense anyway early on. After that, it was about
He was only brought in to bring the feel-good factor back because Mourinho had left the place stinking out. They brought Ole in, the feel-good factor. The players were saying the right things to the fans. Oh, Ole's brought the training. Everyone's smiling in training and all that shit. You lot were all singing Ole at the wheel and everything was cool. Yeah. But when you actually get down to the nitty-gritty of it, I mean...
It's all just bollocks,
that's what it was.
He's well out of his depth. The guy's well out of his depth.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Every time it gets a bit ropey for him and the Glazers, they pull another one out the app. They pulled Ronaldo out the app. You know what I mean? You've gone from breaking in the stadium to fucking buying all the shirts, Viva Ronaldo. Now it's Ole out again. The whole club, from top to bottom, is a fucking shambles.
Yeah, of course.
From the club I know what it was, I used to look at it and I used to be envious and think, you know what, Man United, mate, what a club that you can't get near it.
When we get Conte, pitch, might do it.
Unbelievable. Now it's like fucking Disneyland, and I'm
but you know what?
Minute of it.
Yeah, I know you are. But Steve makes a good point there. When we were on that kind of circus of Ole's at the wheel, everyone was kind of blind to it. It was almost like a euphoria where we were like, in the midst of it all. But then when we started to break it down, it was that next season. I think it was. For me, had my doubts when we lost. You know, towards the end of that first season when we had Cardiff and we lost at home to Cardiff, we drew away. I went to Huddersfield away, and I remember it was an absolutely stinking draw. Yeah, remember that one, don't you? That's when, for me, I started to doubt him. That's why I wasn't Ollie out, but I was Ollie down for that moment. And then I was fully Ollie out. September 2019, West Ham away. And people can go check the videos. That's when I fully turned on Ole Gunnar Solskjær. And I've never, ever flip-flopped since. So, you know what I mean? Make sure you get that one as well.
Seaver's asking, what would you do if he wins the next 5 games?
Listen, like I said to you, I'm just gonna be in the vibes, man. I'll be like Toby, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. No praise, no nothing.
I'm with Yanis here, man. The problem isn't Ole, it's the players. They aren't intelligent enough to understand his genius.
Yeah, Turkish, you know what,
when
man?
you put it like that. Fair enough.
Janice and Turkish always got something going on, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know
what you're saying about Harry Maguire.
Harry
Maguire, what you saying about
Harry Maguire is shit, man. It's shit, man.
I think there's a lot of them United players the fans gas them up too much, man. You've just got to call a spade, and sometimes say, you know what, mate, you're fucking dog shit. And that Maguire's shit. Do you know what I mean? I tell you, it's bad news, mate, over there. But listen, the blue side of Manchester's happy with it. We're just letting it roll, man.
Well, you know what the worst thing is, yeah? Pep Guardiola is part of this as well, you know, because this guy, he let us have Fred. He let us have Sanchez. He let us have Maguire. Who else did he let us have? There's another person as well. There's so many players this guy's let us have.
Sanchez.
Yeah, Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying? This Pep Guardiola knew what he was going, you know. He knew that. Let's bump up the price up and let these guys have it, man. Pissing me off, man. But go on anyway, Alex. What are you saying?
No, I was just saying, I did a tweet. I think you saw it a few months ago, or maybe last season, where I said Harry Maguire is the worst Manchester United centre-back I've ever seen. And it got mad hate, obviously. But people were saying at that point that he was up there with Van Dijk. But again, it's just like,
I don't know who said that.
Marking for that goal. when is it Daka? He scored that goal, bro. That is, if I saw that on an under-6 game, not that I go around watching under-6 games, but if I saw that on a pitch, that marking, mate, it's absolutely abysmal. And the fact that he's got that armband on as well, that just rubs salt in the wound. To be fair, like obviously, I'm happy in a way. Obviously, we're going there on Saturday, Old Trafford, Cold Trafford. If they don't slash our tyres outside, Sunday. We should have a game on. No, listen, it should. I'm saying 4-0.
Listen, you can call whatever.
4-0 on Sunday.
If that gets Ollie's sacked, then it's all right, man.
I think we'll beat you 4-0. It's mad.
Say no more.
What's happened to my boy,
Alex Kelly?
Wow. What's happened to Phil Jones? Where's he?
I don't know, man. He's playing under 23s and
taking up number 4.
Phil Jones is better than Harry Maguire.
Listen, say what you
I'm
want.
I'm telling you now, Phil Jones. I know he plays that face,
I don't care anymore.
He's a better defender than Maguire.
You could say, Bernardo Silva's better than Ronaldo. I could care less. You know what I'm saying?
Probably is.
I'll be back. Hey,
said he probably is at the minute.
Yeah, he probably is, man. Bernardo Silva. I always rate Bernardo Silva anyway. I think he's a quality player. You know what I mean? He's been quality. I don't know why City fans would tell him.
What's happened to the Sancho hype? You know, remember I was getting DMs off our United fans. We've signed Sancho. We're getting a billboard and all that, mate. Get the fucking billboard all you want because I was at one working out for you.
Listen, you know what? Today there's reports of it doesn't work. It doesn't fit into the Ole Gunnar Solskjær system.
What's the Ole Gunnar Solskjær system?
Well, there you go, then, innit? This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I said, it was a dangerous game with Sancho because, you know, we're looking at it and we're thinking, we're expecting a lot. And even when I'm going to Old Trafford, he's on the halfway line and he's being expected to take on about 3 or 4 man. That's not what Sancho does. He likes it to feet. He likes players around him, as like with Dortmund. But we're not getting none of that, you know. And he likes to have a give and go football, you know. But he's not getting at United. But Ole Gunnar Solskjær thought he was probably Cristiano Ronaldo back in 2007, and he thought he could take on 5
man. But the way you lot hounded him last year to buy him and failed, there was no way you couldn't go back again. There was no way you couldn't go back because you had to save face and think, actually, we are still a big club. We need to bring in this big name so everyone still thinks we're a big club.
That's what we do, though, Alex. We buy big names. We buy big names.
On his question, Saeed, do you think that club is being run to appease the fans and not being run to be a football club, because whatever the fans, obviously the fans of Man United have got a lot of clout, the worldwide, the global. Do you think the Glazers shit themselves and think, whoa, we don't want to upset these? So who do they want? Sancho. Let's go for Sancho. Because I'm looking at Solskjaer, me there. You know what? Last year I was bantering a bit because I was like, you know what? If I big him up on here, everyone might actually believe it and they might keep him. I know. But now I'm looking at the guy, and the guy, I just feel a bit sorry for him, because I think he's just absolutely out of his depth. He's out of his depth.
Listen, man.
I'm telling you now. Sorry. I wouldn't employ him. For him, man. He'd probably struggle to get a job at Tesco's or somewhere like that, because he's just don't know what he's doing.
He'd even freestyle a Tesco shelf, man. You know what I mean? That's what
I mean. There'd be tins of beans all
over everywhere. Cereals in the fucking wine aisles.
Exactly. You know what I mean? He'd put in bare shit in there, man. We're putting frozen meat next to cooked meat. That's what all
it is. Like Dale Winton, supermarket sweet.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm done with this guy, man.
Did you just say supermarket sweet?
Yeah, bro.
Do you think the Ronaldo signing has got more drawbacks than it has positives? Because I'm thinking at the minute now. You know, I think Solskjaer can't tell him no. He likes patting him on the arse and that when he goes off the pitch. That's a bit weird. But other than that, you know what I mean?
What's that? What did he say?
He said he likes patting Ronaldo's ass when he walks off the pitch and that. I've seen that.
I'd pat Ronaldo's ass if he walked past me, to be fair.
Again, you know what I mean? How can Solskjaer tell Ronaldo anything?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
He can't. He actually can't tell him anything. Ronaldo has worked with better managers, has won everything in the game as a player. Yeah. And now you're under probably the worst manager in your career. I don't know his whole roster, but I'm sure one of the worst managers he's ever had in his career. What are you going to tell him? Tell him what?
Exactly. Tell him what?
You know
tell him what?
Tell him shut your mouth, mate.
He won't even come off if he asks.
Go back to your little corner.
If the number 7's on the board, he ain't even coming off sometimes, Ronaldo. He's going to look over and be like, you dropped him. Like, oh, no worries, Chris. No, let's get someone else off instead, yeah? He's embarrassing, bro. He's a little PE teacher that's just falling into a job because
you just tell your boy Salah to be ready, innit? That's all we're saying.
My boy Salah is listen.
You know what I mean? You just tell your boy Salah to be ready.
For what though? What is he
ready for? What?
I mean, you just tell your boy Salah to be ready. That's all I'm saying.
But I thought you was the vibes man, and you don't care. I'm confused, bro.
No, you don't understand what I'm trying to say. You just tell your boy Salah to be on point.
I've got you.
I get you. Oh, really? Is that what we're doing now? Yeah.
Listen, I couldn't care less.
How low you're going now?
Listen, I couldn't care less. Like I said to you, no United fan on here should care anything about this football club because they don't care about you.
Salah, hurry up and get the job done, bro.
Listen, man, get the job done, man. This has gone from the quadruple, the quadruple, swooing in the car parks, sunglasses on, flags round them, to I don't care if we get beat by Liverpool, I don't care if we get beat by City. This guy, he's lost the plot, man. Seriously, if there's anyone out there, professional help, I will personally pay for SAEED to get some counselling sessions.
Listen, you know what I mean? Could give a shit, man.
I'm trying to help him out. I don't like the way he's going. He's losing a lot of weight. You know what I mean? I've noticed that. He's losing a lot of weight. Man United are doing this to him. You need a biryani tonight. You need a biryani, you down your neck tonight.
You need a pan of Stella. So I've got some in the oven now.
And a pint of Stella.
I couldn't give a shit, man.
Toby's analysing Harry Kane's first goal in the Premier League, lapping it up over there on the laptop.
El Chapo said, don't forget, Steve, United are real contenders.
Listen, I said it to that team. They are contenders, but with that donut managing them, forget it, mate.
And you know what I'm going to say as well? SAEED gets a lot of stick, online and whatnot. And he I can't lie to you. I feel like Arsenal's demise is very similar to United's. And I feel like I'm in a position to be able to kind of, I was there when SAEED was like when you're 6-7 years without the Premier League title and you still think maybe, it might happen this season. You might get a player over the line, not in Arsenal's case, that makes you think, we can do it, but it never really happens. I feel like give it a year or two, SAEED's going to be like me and TOBS and he's just going to be here like, you know what?
Yeah, that's it.
It is what it is.
Trust me. And you know what it is, yeah? You don't feel it until you get there, man. And I'm telling you right now, I don't know, Alex, how you felt, when it was under who was it, like Brendan Rodgers and all the man beforehand? Who was the one before Roy Hodgson? You were just there, man. And that's what United are at the minute. We're just there, innit? Until we get a serious manager,
I think we were a bit worse, to be fair, bro.
I think Brendan Rodgers was a lot better than what you're doing right now.
Nah, you can't.
Well, there you go. Maybe not Brendan Rodgers, maybe the other guys.
Roy Hodgson.
Roy Hodgson, that's the one. Yeah, my
That's
bad.
the lowest I've ever felt as a Liverpool fan in my life, for sure. I was like 16, trying to go out. It was just, I didn't even go out most nights, man.
And people don't realize that, you know. People don't realize, like, no one wanted. I never wanted to be in the position, but United are making me in this position to the point where I'm going to the games here and I'm coming out and watching that shit, man, right in front of my eyes. No football, no style. One of the biggest clubs in the world. And you're telling me just for a win to keep this guy drumming? Nah, man. This guy has to go, mate. I couldn't give a shit anymore about Ole Gunnar Solskjær at Man United, mate, because they don't care about you. And that's what you should be thinking about. Long term.
Yeah. And I think just to get in the last super chat on the United topic, when CR7 was at United before Ole was a sideman and he was the top don. On his return, he probably had to ask, what's your name again? Ole out.
Who are you?
Yeah.
So what do you do here?
What's going on here? You ambassador or what? But yeah, it is what it is. We move on to the next, I guess, big one from the weekend. I think Lacazette's last minute goal yesterday saved Arsenal being the next big one. It's a mix between, I'm going to say Liverpool's 5-0 demolition of Watford is probably, for me, the next biggest. I know Chelsea had a big away win in terms of performance, not necessarily scoreline. But Alex, Salah, man, he keeps on proving the doubt is wrong.
Yeah, one season wonder, isn't it? And the numbers that we're seeing are extra special because, as we all know, he isn't a striker, bro. If you look at his heat map, he hugs the touchline. He is an out-and-out winger who gets back and does a lot of defensive work as well. Like, it's just unbelievable. I've kind of run out of words now, really. Like, the words don't really do it justice. I mean, to score that goal against City with the players that he's put on his arse, I think Laporte was literally on his arse. Ederson, letting in a shot with his weaker foot. That's unbelievable. But then, obviously, the quality's gone down a week after against Watford in terms of the defenders we're facing. But that's a better goal, I think. Like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And people are saying Salah and Suarez. For me, Salah's the best Liverpool player of all time in the Premier League, apart from Steven Gerrard. And James Redmond said that on Hot Topics a few weeks ago, and I raised an eyebrow, even though I shouldn't, because when you actually look at it, it's true. And Salah gets in ahead of Suarez for me as well, by the way. So
has to, yeah,
100%. He has to. Like, I love
question. And it'll be interesting to see.
When's his contract up?
Next year.
Right.
But a lot of chat.
What,
this week that he's
2022?
going to agree 400. No, hang on. 2023 it is. Sorry. Okay. But apparently the 400k has been agreed now. So if we can make that happen as well, and he really gives us his whole career, he really pledges his kind of 10 years career to Liverpool, then there's just no way that we won't be competing year on year in, as long as he's there, because the importance that he is to the team, it's unbelievable, bro. And if he does well tonight, scores tonight away, I feel like I keep saying, if he does this, he'll get the big tick. Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. And you've met him, Turkish. I won't say his name, but an Arsenal fan that we both know voice noted me saying he's better than Henry.
Whoa. Give me that person's name. Yeah.
I
can't do it like that.
This is where things get out of hand. This is where things get way out of hand. The thing is, this is the problem. Salah, if we just don't compare him to certain players, then we just get to just enjoy what he's doing, and that's why I'd rather come at it from that point of view. Because for me, Henry is the best forward to ever grace this league. So and it's coming from a Chelsea fan, so I can't even be having them two in the same sentence. But when it comes to Salah, I think he's more of an inside forward. I wouldn't really call him an out and out winger because he's always going to take up those central positions. I know the heat map. I know he tracks back. He definitely tracks back. I've said it before. I think when many times he does track back and really cover. If Trent is quite high up the field, you'll see him at right back, getting the ball back and whatnot. But he is a goal getter, like he is a goal scoring winger. So I wouldn't say that he's not going to run to the byline and pull, do cutbacks. He's there to score goals. But I think,
bro. Have you seen that outside of the boot pass?
That outside the boot pass was brilliant. I'm not going to lie. His play, I think his playmaking this year has really gone up a level.
Doyle, yeah, I watched Doyle and Turkish. And when on the Don Robbie stream, and when Turkish scored, when Salah scored, not Turkish, when Salah scored, Turkish got up and started clapping, bro. Have you ever He doesn't even do that for Turkey when they score.
Like,
when we scored, he scored one in the Euros. 2-0 down.
Matisse,
Alex, they don't score. That's why, Alex. They don't score.
Hey, I was clapping in the City end when he scored that goal against us.
Yeah. Fair play.
What?
Steve, man.
I was clapping.
He's pushing this narrative that he's
got
like, his playmaking has gone up to like a new level this season. Salah has always been able to create chances for.
I didn't say he couldn't create chances before, but he's creating the way that he's creating chances this season is something special. In my opinion, I think it's gone up a level. I think it's gone up a level. I don't think his.
Explain to me how it's gone up a level.
Because I mean, we wasn't seeing him pass like he did against Mané.
Yes, we were. Yes, we was.
I don't think we
don't know if we were.
Yes,
I
don't think we were, bro. I don't think we were.
Don't know.
Okay,
Outside of the booth.
You guys were putting him. You guys were putting him on a couple of weeks ago, like previous years, the same playmaking ability as Hazard. I don't agree with that. But I think this season his playmaking. I think this season his playmaking has gone up.
You just made that up, by the way. That Hazard thing.
You slander Chelsea all the time, so I just put all Chelsea slander down to you.
Yeah,
if
so
I see Chelsea slander on the internet, I basically just say Toby started that shit.
He's the best player in the world right now for me, though. Mo Salah.
Without question, man.
Yeah, he's the best player in the
You
world.
can make an argument for Lewandowski and Benzema, maybe, but they're
not getting the assist that my man.
I wouldn't say Lewandowski, only Benzema, I'd say.
The goal, Salah's clear, but they're not also getting the assists. He's got 50 assists for Liverpool as well now. Like, he's played 213 games, 135 goals and 50 assists. It's a joke. Like, I know there's this thing about stats, but when you witness it and you're looking past the numbers, when you're actually witnessing it every week, bro, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Mad numbers.
Yeah, that pass for me was better than the goal, because as soon as he done that pass, it reminded me of a Bergkamp pass. Bergkamp pass, I think it was to Perez outside of the bit. It was a bit wider out. It was a bit closer to the halfway, but it was instinctive. It was cultured. It was perfect. That pass was so good. I couldn't even appreciate Mané's finish, because Mané's finish was class as well. Bottom corner, first time. Salah, I have to agree with Saeed.
That genuinely is a Gerrard to Owen-esque kind of whip round pass. Like, it's unbelievable. Like,
but also there would be no reason for him to really leave. Like, I know there was talk about contracts and whatnot, and is he going to sign? But like, where? I'm not saying where is he going, but like, when you've got a good thing, stick with it. I think this is the best place for him. This is, he's been brilliant.
Look at the big players. Look at the big players we've sold. Coutinho
exactly.
left,
Coutinho,
which he probably knows he should never have done. But when Torres left, let's all face it. Like, he went on to win a Champions League, FA Cup, Europa League with Chelsea. Fair enough. We weren't that at the time. You went to go and do that. His form was awful, but the trophies speak. When Suarez left, we weren't the best team in the world. He went to Barca and did mad things, won the Champions League. When Owen left, he still won a Premier League with United. Like, if you're Salah now, you're looking at all these mistakes.
Say that again.
Or to the Liverpool fans, they think they're mistakes that these Dons have made throughout the years by leaving us and not doing the same elsewhere. I'd look at all that and go, actually, I am going to stay here. If I stay here for another 5 years, there'll be a statue outside with my name on it before I even leave. And you won't get that anywhere else unless you stay with us. There's no need to leave.
I think we have to give credit to Jurgen Klopp, though, man, because this guy is a magician. What he's done with that squad, when you look at it, they've hardly got a bench. I know they've got Jota and whatnot, but these guys have hardly got a bench.
Is still that's unfair, bro. We got Jota, Minamino, Origi, Konate, Gomez, Matip on the bench sometimes if he doesn't start. You've got Impeccable, Nico Williams came on the other day, got an assist, Oxlade.
But you prove it's still my point. Then you're still proving my point in terms of he's still a genius, because when you look at our bench and we look at like most other benches, not as strong. You know what I mean? No respect to Liverpool, but they're not as strong. You know what I mean? And whatnot. And I think Liverpool, Jurgen Klopp is, for me, he's unbelievable, and that's why for me, I'm kind of now tipping them for the league now, because they're just relentless. You know. I think, you've got James Milner in midfield at 36, still doing bits, So I would just, for me, he made. Yeah, it's crazy.
Thiago on the bench as well. I didn't even mention him. And
man.
Yeah, Curtis Jones on the bench.
Well. Thumbs up on the bench.
Naby Keita on the bench. So thumbs up on the bench. Allow yourself, man.
Matisse.
What?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not going to waste the whole show doing this debate again.
You're a sound guy, but you can't use the word prime.
Look, I'm not going to waste the whole show doing this debate again because we got other games to talk about. But what I will say is I don't think I'm ever going to tell you that, you know, Hazard was more consistent than Salah. I'm not going to do that. Of course, that would be a lie. But I think sometimes, Real Madrid aside, I'm talking about in the Premier League, Hazard, his consistency is kind of blown out of proportion. He did have like something like crazy, like the most man the matches during his time here or something like that. So just because his goals and assists didn't stack up, Hazard would have great games without having the goal or an assist, and you still say he had an incredible game. I'm saying Hazard at his peak, I still think is the better player in terms of the level he could get to, but it is getting extremely close. And if Salah continues the way that he's going this season, I'm not going to continue fighting the fight.
You surpassed him, buddy. He surpassed
in
him
your
already.
That's cool for you, innit? Like I said, I've always criticized Hazard's Champions League record. I think his Champions League record is something that really brings him down. But then I've seen him at World Cups and whatnot, and so
I will agree with you on this. Yeah, it depends on how this season pans out, because I feel like this season, like he's on another level so far. But what I will agree with you on is the best version of Hazard that I've seen in the league, in my opinion, before the Chelsea fans jumped down my throat in his last season. I'm yet to see Mo Salah have a season like that in terms of like consistently having like 10 out of 10 performances for the bulk of the campaign. I do, on the other hand, think overall, though, if I'm looking at Hazard's time in the league and I'm looking at Mo Salah's time in the league, Mo Salah's already eclipsed him in terms of what he's done as a whole. He's eclipsed him already.
Why does he need 10 out of 10 if he's eclipsed him?
No, he's talking about his best ever season.
Oh, you mean okay, I get you.
Yeah, he had an unbelievable season, but yeah, I agree overall. What are they saying? Hazard's best season 17-18. Salah
for me, Hazard. I'm always going to stand by Hazard is the better footballer. But I think because Salah puts up such ridiculous numbers, then you know if people want that kind of productivity in there, they're two completely different. They're complete opposite types of wingers. They couldn't be more opposite, in my opinion. One is going to guarantee you a certain amount of numbers in terms of his output, and the other one is almost a little bit too unselfish and a little bit too much. And also, player. So
Salah will keep doing this if he keeps carrying on. So he will end 100%.
up. And in terms of fitness, then I have absolutely no, like I'm not going to even dare, because that was always my criticism of Hazard, is that if he took his fitness a little bit more seriously and laid off the cheeseburgers in off season, he could have reached higher heights. When you look at Salah taking his top off and man's rolling with six packs and whatnot, he will have a longer career. So for me, it's just the thing that's going to give Salah even more in this debate is that the fact he's staying at Liverpool. I think if he moved away, you know, I don't know. It probably would still do well, but I think him staying at Liverpool is the best decision he could have made, because, like you just said, there's a lot of players that have thought, oh, the grass is greener if I go to La Liga, if I go here, if I go there. This team, this is where you're producing, so you stay here and you do your thing.
Just to wrap up the Salah debate, we've got a couple super chats here. One from Yanis saying Salah is unreal, but when it comes to the eye test, Suarez and Henry much better. It's a Messi CR7 kind of debate, but Henry is untouchable and money making. Mitch says Hazard has the most man of the matches in football. Only players who have more are Messi and Ronaldo. Hazard.
You say who cares, but
two great players again, regardless.
Who cares,
though, man?
No, I'm asking you a question.
No, but you can say who cares, but there's
No, I'm not taking a piss. I'm genuinely asking you a question. When we talk about greatest players of all times, when have you ever heard someone say, "Oh yeah, this player is fantastic because he's got the most man of the matches"?
But you can score a goal in the game and have a shit game as well. So this is why you just got to watch the game, isn't it?
I never said you can't.
I'm not saying that But
what I'm saying is, who genuinely uses that when they're rating players? Oh, he's got most of the man of matches. I've never heard that.
When was his last man of the match?
I've never heard
Phil Foden's picked up about 100 man of the matches since Eden Hazard last got a meaningful one, in my opinion.
Now we're sharing them apparently the other day with
ridiculous.
Man, listen,
big up Diane Regulon though.
There's still a few more results to get through, but before we do, I think we just have to have a quick talk on Mané, third African player in history to achieve 100 goals in the Premier League.
Big up.
Third player to do it without penalties as well.
No pens.
Big achievement. And you know what I like about Mané is off the pitch, he's a role model as well as he is on the pitch. And his off the pitch stuff hasn't taken his eye off his career, his football, you know. And I think that's in this modern day and age, Mané is a role model as a footballer.
Yeah, listen, Mane and Salah, both good Muslim boys. Don't drink, don't do nothing. They are the prime example of how to act off the pitch. If you just look at what they've achieved with, even through fasting as well, playing at that level of football whilst you're fasting, it's unbelievable. I think the other two people that have got to 100 or more goals without penalties is Emil Heskey and Les Ferdinand.
Yeah.
So for him to,
Heskey,
both out and out strikers, out and out.
Firmino's got 95 for us, so he's going to get his 100th in a cup probably on Sunday with the form he's in. But
Premier League goal or overall?
70 Premier League goals, 95. All comps.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mane. I mean, obviously James Redmond became famous by saying Mane is the best player in the world, and everyone laughed at him. And listen, for being honest, he isn't the best player in the world, but to have a period of Liverpool where you've got Salah, Firmino, and Mane, all pretty much just around the same age, maybe give or take a couple years. Like, what are we living in? What are we witnessing? To have three of them going at it every week. We're lucky, man. We're lucky.
And Jota as well is a really good forward.
And he's got, I think he scored 15 goals, the quickest out of any Liverpool player of all time. 15 in 28 or something. No, but this is Jota I'm talking about.
I'm still on Mane.
Yeah,
Jota's a really good player.
But Mane, yes, he has bad games. I think he had 10 shots against Leeds, scored 1. But if he puts 4 of them away,
We're going to move on to Chelsea now as well. And I know Eric's got a super chat here saying, as a Chelsea fan, Matisse, Hazard's best season is not even close to Salah. He was a...
What? I don't know I don't know if that's meant to say flop, but then I'd be massively disagreeing.
I don't he means Salah was a massive flop at Chelsea, though, I guess.
Well, Hazard started earlier, didn't he? I mean, if people forget his season at Lille where he won the league as well. So he started a bit earlier, and but yeah, it is what it is.
And Ahmed wants Steve to get in on the argument with Riyad Mahrez. Obviously, we were talking about goals in that one too, but Riyad Mahrez deserves a lot of flowers too for his achievements so far in the league. But Chelsea, Matisse, talk to us. 1-0 away win.
I called it, man.
You did. You got it. You got it spot on.
You did. I had a terrible week.
That was tough to watch, man. Really, really tough to watch. Brentford, I said it in my preview, that was the toughest London derby. I wasn't even taking the piss. Like, they are a proper team. They're really, really well set up. Very difficult to play against. You're rolling your eyes, Toby, but they had 1 defeat going into the game in 7. They're 7th in the league before the game kicked off. Drew with Liverpool. So Liverpool fans will tell you 3-3. They're not no joke. Beat Arsenal on the opening day. Beat West Ham away from home. So they're a proper team. I've got a lot of respect and time for Brentford. I think these teams that come up in their first season and they just take everybody by storm and they come on a madness. So I said it was going to be difficult. I was just happy to get out of there alive with a point, with a win. I think Brentford deserved a point. You look at, I mean, Chelsea, I've been on this show so many times bigging up Chelsea's defense. That game was not the day to be saying Chelsea were good defensively. We were poor. Do you know what I mean? Like, they created so many clear-cut chances. They hit the post twice. Mendy had to make like 3 or 4 world-class saves. That game belonged to Mendy. He's the reason why we got out with 3 points. Yeah. And I said on this show last year when we were having debates about goalkeepers and people were like, almost like turning a blind eye to Mendy. This guy is no joke. He's a proper goalkeeper. He deserves his flowers. Really does. If you look at what he's done in a short space of time since he's come to this league, he's been incredible. And if he continues at this rate with the longevity, then he's gonna be up there with some of the best goalkeepers we've seen, I think, because there's really not many chinks to his armor. I think even the fact that he, as a goalkeeper, playing out from the back in a possession-based team, that is so underplayed how good he is and comfortable on the ball. But he made some massive saves. It was De Gea-esque against Brentford. I have to give the whole win to him. I think Brentford was just so unlucky not to get
what happens to Kepa from here?
Kepa?
What happens to Kepa from here?
Kepa needs to be sold. I mean, Kepa's had a little bit of
how much though?
Take anything, 20 mil, whatever you can get, 25.
That is a big L, bro. That's 50.
It's a massive L. The thing is, you have to take it on the chin. It's a massive L. He was never worth what we paid, and we paid in a panic because we couldn't get Alisson. You guys got Alisson. I remember when we sold Courtois, and then we just panicked and we thought, let's just gamble on this guy. He looks like he's got potential and it doesn't work. So massive L is probably one of our biggest.
was going to ask you a question, Matisse. Do you reckon this football is sustainable for you lot? Because it might get you top 4. You might win a big FA
No, it's not
Cup
sustainable. No,
because you know your majority of goals are coming from wing backs. Lukaku's goals are dried up. You don't have really a sole creator in there. You know, you defend. Listen,
I thought Ziyech was supposed to be that though.
Well, I mean, he's maybe on the levels of William.
Right.
But I think for me, you know, I just think I don't know, Matisse. I don't know, man. Tuchel gets a lot of praise, but it's the football for you, like, you know what I mean? Is it worth you? Sometimes not even worth you watching, is it?
I think again, I said the same to Grizz. I'm not gonna overly critique Tuchel for the attacking players that he didn't sign. He's made a lot of water into wine with this team in terms of the defenders individually. He's improved. Loftus-Cheek is even having a resurgence, and nobody on this panel would have said that when he was at Fulham last year. So he can only improve and rejuvenate so many players. He didn't sign these attackers. So if these attackers are not going to work, then I want to see what he brings in. And then if he brings in his own attackers, without, like Ole has, you know, unfortunately, I have to throw him under the bus there, like he has, and he's still producing dead football. If that's the situation we're in, and he brings in his own attackers, then
so who would you bring in? You want wingers?
Well, I don't know. It's up to him, isn't it? It's his system. There's a lot of attackers out there, but like I said, he has not brought in his own attackers, so I can't criticize someone who has not had the opportunity to build his own team yet, like a Klopp and a Pep have. They've built their whole team now. He's only in his second, not even his second full season. He came midway through half season, so he's just trying to find a solution at this point. We're hoping that he's going to find something, because at the moment there's so many key, characteristics and traits that our attackers don't have. Name me one guy in Chelsea's team that can shoot from range. Name me one person outside Pulisic who's a real dribbler in those attacking midfield areas who can go, 1v1 and take players out of the game. Where is the elite passer on a Pogba or a De Bruyne or a Fabregas's level? Where is the elite passer? You talk about Ziyech. Is he on that level in terms of passing? No, he's not. So there's so many key traits and characteristics this Chelsea attack don't have. Just basic shit that individuals will bail you out. Talk about Manchester United, Greenwood smacking it in from range. Shit attacking system. Imagine if Tuchel had someone that could do that with our defense, but we don't have that. So we're the complete opposite to you. We have the system in place. We have no individual brilliance. You guys have the individual brilliance and no system. So I'm just waiting.
Sounds like Vanguard football to me.
I'm just waiting until he gets his. I mean, we have an easier fixture that's coming up as well. You look at Norwich, we got coming up, Newcastle as well. So hopefully we find some chemistry in those games, because we have had some difficult games so far to find chemistry in. So yeah.
It's still a big win though, 3 points.
Huge win when you go to Brentford and get a win. I told you, Steve, it weren't easy, bro. He's like, you should be walking past them. I'm like, bro, watch when you play Brentford, you're gonna see what it is. It's not easy.
I don't want to play them, man.
We'll smack them up.
You didn't smack up Burnley, so how can you smack up Brentford?
2-0.
2-0. Then again, I can't say anything. Yeah.
Go on, let's talk about Burnley quickly. Tottenham's the next one, but obviously we moved on to Burnley.
Why is Tottenham the next one?
Because you won 3-2 away from home.
You won.
Yeah, but why don't we talk about you?
You're welcome.
Man United lost, so we spoke about them first.
I'm actually saying your game was more a headline than ours, yeah? And you're arguing with me to say, no, you don't want it.
Harry Kane finally scored a goal. He doesn't want to talk about it.
I need to get off.
Fuck it then.
Kick off in 40 minutes.
Game and fuck Kane as well. And we move on to Arsenal.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about it.
We have to talk about the Spurs game, but just don't you know what? Yeah.
Do your work over there anyway, man. Looking at another screen, man. Don't you have an email to send or something, man? What's going on?
I'm sending one as we speak.
All right, cool. So what are we doing, Toby? It's up to you since you butted in. Tottenham, Arsenal, or Man City? Which one?
Let's do Spurs then. Go on.
Oh my days!
After all that, brother comes back in.
I know, yeah.
Sorry, I'm just being a wind-up today, man. Sorry.
You know, City kick off in 40 minutes, don't you? And you're talking about.
Oh
Spurs.
shit! Yeah, I forgot. Who you lot playing? Mönchengladbach.
Bruges.
Oh, Bruges. Okay. Cool.
How long? What time are you kicking off? 6 o'clock.
1:45.
35 minutes from now. That's the team as well.
By then. We'll be done soon.
Foden, Greenish, Mahrez up top.
Yeah.
Fifth in the league now, yeah?
Yeah. Fifth in the league. It was a good result, a good performance. I mean, you have to take it with a pinch of salt because Newcastle are actually pants. But it was a good result, man. I really worry about this team, and I still do when it comes to going 1-0 down, because I just don't think we have enough in our locker to overturn any sort of adversity. But they came back strong, man. And I would say we dominated probably around from 25, 30 minutes onwards. I'd say we dominated that game completely. Like, they didn't have a sniff. The only chance they had was Eric Dyer literally gifting them an own goal. And I guess that says more about them than us, that you can let this midfield that hasn't been able to dominate anyone dominate you. But I'm going to give us some praise, man. I felt Skip played really well. I felt Højbjerg played well. In Dom, man of the match performance. We need more performances like that. It's one thing to do it against Newcastle. Please start doing it against Arsenal, Chelsea's, Man City's, etc. We need him to turn up in the more
level. That's his level. That's why.
Are you talking right now about his level?
What?
Did you just say that's his level?
Yeah, I said that's Domini's level. I said.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry, who did you lose to on the weekend?
Level. We're talking about Tottenham, aren't we?
Oh,
level.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I was just checking.
Domini's finish was cold though. I can't even lie.
Yeah,
listen, it was cold, but I'm just saying that's a level.
His overall performance was what impressed me, man. Not just the skills, but like putting in a shift, progressing our play, and just linking up well with our attackers. Like, he looked good. Yes, Kane, I'm happy he scored as well. I said it on my preview as well. It's about time he snaps out of this. I think he has been shit this season, but people are blowing this stuff well out of proportion, saying he's gonna down tools all season. It's never gonna happen, man. He's too good a player for him to put up a season like Hazard did a couple years back. So he was always gonna bounce back, and he took his goal well. And yeah, defense did their jobs, but yeah, Newcastle are bad. It's not just going to be a quick fix overnight. Carragher was right. They're going to need about four players just to guarantee that they can stay up this season as well. But if they can keep Callum Wilson and St. Maximin fit, then they may not even need those 4 players. And so big up to Nuno as well. Nuno as well, yeah. I've given him criticism when I needed to, but fair play to him. 2 wins back to back now. Seen some positive play. So let's see it continue.
I was going to ask you, Tom, are you Nuno in or Nuno out?
I still think we could have got a different type of manager. I'm not Nuno out. I'm giving him the chance. Like, I've not asked for him to get sacked, but I just don't think he should have got the job in the first place.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, to just ride the roller coaster, see where it takes you, I guess. Steve, I know you got a bounce shortly.
Yep.
Any thoughts on? You've been quiet today as well. Everything all right?
Nah, I just told you I can't see. I just had a diabetic eye test. He dropped some drops in my eyes, and I had to come on here. I literally can't see. Just a load of blurry people there. I can't see the chat. I can't see.
You can't see me.
You can't see me.
Wondering because people are used to a quick outburst from you, at least 2-3 minutes at every show, and you didn't give us that today. So,
nah, man, I'm a little bit
still time.
Feeling I can't talk to fuzzy characters, man. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but it's no. City did the job. 2-0 Burnley. Tottenham. Tottenham. Say again, yeah.
Barely.
Fair play to Tottenham.
Barely.
Because St James's Park was bouncing, and then they got the early goal. I thought, nah, it's going to be peak. You know what I mean? But they got the win there. Newcastle, for me, I've got a lot of problems there. They need to address first. People getting giddy, they're going to buy this, that, and the other. It's not as simple as that. They're going to find out. And like you say, City was routine against Burnley. The only thing is we usually win 5, but we won 2. We just got to get the job done. I'm glad SAEED's tipping Liverpool for the league, so we can just go about our business in the background. And I'm going to shoot.
That's what we've been doing, though, because everyone said you were going to win the league.
I know. I prefer it when people say you're going to win it. So I'm happy.
I prefer it when you.
Yeah, crack on with that. But no, we've got a tough game tonight in Bruges. Bruges did well against PSG and Leipzig, so we should put a strong lineup out tonight. So I'm enjoying.
Mini lane goal.
Watch that. Yeah, it's going to be a good game. So listen, I'm not taking the piss. I'm going to shoot and watch the boys. Have a great show. Thanks for having me, Turkish, and I'll see you soon. Yeah.
No worries, man. Thanks. It's your part of this, mate.
I know, man, but I don't like jibbing out, even though I'm blind. But don't tell the police because I've got to drive home now. See you later.
Chris says best football show on YouTube. Shout out from T-Dot.
T-Dot, big up, man.
Come on, love for the love, people. There's 2,900 people here. Listen, this is a very early episode for us, and we're still getting a lot of love. We're about 100 likes away from 1,000, which usually happens before the show ends, but I'm sure it's going to happen today again. And remember, I haven't reminded you guys, but in the description below, every single channel link is there, including Alex from the COP TV. His channel link is there as well in the description. So it's been a little while since Alex has been on, so I'm sure a lot of you are not subscribed to Alex. Make sure you do. A lot of good content on his channel, and you're going to see him regularly as well. And yeah, not even a couple to talk about. Now Steve's gone. Man City's 2-0 win against Burnley. It is what it is. There's not much to say about that.
It was a routine win. It was a routine.
Yeah. They won the last 4-5-0 against them, didn't they?
Yeah.
At home. So, you know, it's about right that they beat them. But again, it's like if we're looking at the style of football right now, for me it's Liverpool, bro. For me, it is us. And that's not saying it as a Liverpool fan, but I'm looking at City across and I'm not that impressed. Like, I know that they have an incredible squad. I know this, but, bro, honestly, and I don't want to say it too much because, like Steve said, I'm like that as well. I like to go about in the background. But, bro, it's us right now, man. It's us.
No, I'd agree with that, to be honest.
Well, I did say don't sleep on this Liverpool team so much. Grizz tried to play it down like
he plays it down though. That's why
I'm not on this team. I'm not on playing Liverpool down. Never have been.
But you know it is though, Alex, man. I think it's like everyone knows what Liverpool are capable of when you have your big hitters fit. When Van Dijk is fit, Matip is fit, Robbo's fit, Trent's fit, etc. etc. We know. There's only Man City can compete man for man, but it's how durable is your squad over the course of the season. You made some good points that I've overlooked. Like you're playing the way you're playing. Thiago's not played. Jota's been in and out of the team.
You know what they're doing, Tobin? They're finishing the game off before. That's what we used to do on the 30th.
We're killing games now, bro. We're killing games in the first 25 minutes, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get
that's what they're doing.
But what I'm saying is Liverpool's quality is abundantly clear. It's the durability that, for me, is what may give me the doubt to whether they can go all the way.
All we can do is see. All we can do is see this season what happens. I think we're well equipped this year more than we were last year. Let's not forget though, man. Last year, whatever jokes people want to make, that's an anomaly. That never happens. It doesn't. So it was only that once all these world-class players come back, we're going to be world-class again. So for me, this isn't a surprise because of our manager, how great he is. But at the same time, bro, we're doing bits right now. And yeah, loads of people have been sleeping on us. But the fact that we're still killing off games, like we've scored the most goals this season already than we have ever under Klopp. Salah, Mané and Firmino have scored more goals combined. I think it's 22 at this stage than they ever have in any of their seasons together. So all the signs are telling me, fuck what you've seen already. We're about to do a next madness.
Yeah,
like and the more
you're right. I'm gonna
weeks that come by, bro. It's looking mad right now.
I need to rejig my top 4 predictions then.
Yeah, bro.
It's too late.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's too late. I tell you that.
I'm gonna put Chelsea 5th.
Yeah, it's too late. Sorry, mate. It's already done.
Well, from people sleeping on Liverpool to Arsenal putting people to sleep. 2-2 against Palace.
I was very awake when Lacazette scored. I thought he won the Champions League.
Very good.
I'm getting used to the presenter role, Alex. You see, I'm getting used to it.
That was sick. That's something I do on Don Robbie. I can't lie.
But that's the reality, you know. I know it was a 2-2, and outside looking in, you'd expect a 2-2 to be entertaining. But in all reality, the 2 goals we scored, both rebounds. In total of the 90 minutes of football, I'd say Arsenal had about a good 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
10 minutes.
An intense 10 minutes.
It's just for me, after the international break, after that draw against Brighton, I needed to see a performance, and I still haven't seen that. Lacazette comes on, and all right, he saves us a point and celebrates and whatnot, and yeah, we've seen the videos and whatnot. But for me, it's like, I just don't understand. Where everyone is. Everyone's just in a...
You know where that was?
Say that again?
It was like that Liverpool moment when they had the 2-2 against West Brom. That's what it felt like, honestly.
In front of the cup.
No, but honestly, I'm not. That's not even banter, you know. That's what it felt like because, you know. celebrating. Yeah.
Did you win something? No, we drew.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
At home.
LV General was going ham last night.
I don't. Do you know what? This is where Grizz ducking and diving, innit? We will be bringing this up next show because this whole Arsenal thing with they've won this many games in a row. Now things are every single time, man, them fall for this stupidness. Every single time you get dragged into this loophole, quicksand of crap. You're not going anywhere. This is mid-table. You drew against Brighton and now Palace. This is the level we're talking about here. The teams you beat. You beat Tottenham. You always beat Tottenham. That is literally just a foregone conclusion. You didn't beat any of the big teams. You didn't put up a performance against a Manchester City, and we're like, oh wow, where did that come from? Arsenal are exactly where they rank with this current manager, which is mid-table. And I've said it before. I think this is a Europa League level squad. I think you should be around that 6th, 5th position with this and with the players that you have, with the money you spent over the summer. But yeah, man, I saw Turkish's reaction. That clip went viral on Twitter, and Turkish is just sitting there, like, not even celebrating the second goal. That's the standard.
Yeah, shouldn't though.
He shouldn't.
I
don't know who the other brothers are. Big up to you, man, innit? But there's the celebrations you'll be doing. That's level of what I did for the Champions League when Havertz rounded Edison from. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the same level of celebration that you man are doing.
Hey, that's peak, man.
And you know what the thing is, because
I love how Turkish is staying quiet as well.
No, I think with Arsenal as well. With Arsenal as well, me and Matisse, we've been saying this for like the best part since December, November, December time, since that bad run. Like, he needs to be sacked now. Like, it's done now. And it was either Grizz saying, "Oh, we're too harsh. Managers need time," etc., etc. We're now 8 games into the season. Yeah, we're gonna be in November soon. 2 weeks away from November. This manager's had a full season last year. He's had £150 million investment, and he's had 2 months this season to see any changes. We've still not seen any changes. And this is from an outsider looking in. Fans who don't pay as much attention to detail as you lot, as Arsenal fans. We don't watch every single minute of every single Arsenal game. But from what we're watching, we can see it. So why can't your board see it? And why can't some sections of your fan base see it?
They don't want to see it. They don't want to see it.
He's not good enough.
They don't want to see it, Toby, though. They don't want to.
How can Vieira have a clearer identity than Arteta already?
Forget that. Forget the Vieira part. Crystal Palace were missing Wilfried Zaha last week. Yesterday. And for large parts of that game, they bossed you at your ground. Crystal Palace, they're playing Gallagher, Milivojevic, and McArthur in midfield.
Yeah, 70%.
So Gallagher's a good player.
and then the week
you should have Gallagher in this.
The week before that, on international break, you're playing a Brighton side that's got no Danny Welbeck,
injuries. Yeah,
that's got no Basuma, that's got no Lamptey.
That's a good point. Yeah,
failing to capitalize on injury-stricken mid-table teams.
They're missing like 3-4 key players, and you still get bopped off the pitch.
And you know what?
It needs the perfect conditions, bro. Like, it's.
And we need to talk about this Partey guy as well.
Some guys put in the comments, Toby, what happened to Tottenham against them? Spurs are shit, and we literally.
How many times Toby got to tell you this? His team's shit.
Spurs are crap. We're crap, and we like.
You don't need to tell Toby that.
No, big man thing. We let you play.
Can I just? Can we just talk about Partey as well? 50 million for Partey.
Yeah. He hasn't lived up to it.
Almost Partey.
Hasn't lived up to it. And I said, for me, it's been a flop at Arsenal so far.
He's had a lot of injuries. The thing is, though, at Atletico Madrid, he was unbelievable. He was unbelievable at Atletico Madrid. So I think, but again, how many times has this happened where a good player comes to Arsenal and they turn to dog shit? It's like as if they get crowded. It's like they breathe in the fumes of Arsenal. When you bring in a player to an atmosphere and dressing room, like, you gotta listen. I like to put in any debate, even outside football, try and put myself in that person's shoes or the opposite argument shoes and whatnot. Partey was with Simeone at Atletico Madrid, fighting for the biggest things. Yeah, then he comes into Arsenal with Mikel Arteta, with fucking Granit Xhaka probably showing him around London with Bellerin in the back seat. And he's thought to himself like, this is a bit mad. I know there's a strong Ghanaian community in London overall, especially North London. So he'd like that.
But at the same time, Arsenal don't have what he needs to not even what he needs. I'm going to put it on him. If he doesn't work out, it's on him as well. But Arsenal don't have the correct platform for these players to come in and kick on. We essentially needed Partey to come in and move like a Roy Keane and fix everyone up.
Vieira.
That's the character. But he's come in and he's become not part of the furniture, because I'm not going to say that yet, but he's become, a concern. That's how I see it. A lot of people are mentioning Xhaka yesterday as well, and today. A lot of people are DMing me saying, "Oh, look, we miss Xhaka." Listen, you man that think that we miss Xhaka are as bad as the man celebrating a last-minute goal against us. This is all a problem. Open your eyes. Whether you're celebrating last-minute draws against Palace or thinking we miss Xhaka, open your eyes. We don't.
Or do people think they can't do better than Xhaka?
Bro, it's like knee-jerk. It's like as soon as we drop something, it's like Xhaka. What the hell is my man going to come in here and do? Like, we haven't seen Xhaka be part of performances like that in the past.
Yeah, I swear it was Xhaka that was getting taken off the ball in as well. He was getting pressed and he lost the ball and it turned into a goal. I can't remember if it was at Norwich or wherever it was. But with Partey, it's like taking a man out of a 5-star hotel, putting him in a 1-star and still expecting him to wear the 3-piece suit. He's going to downgrade into his pajamas. That is what's going to happen. He's going to walk around the lobby with his pajamas. You've surrounded him with shit.
With Partey though, he needs to take accountability for his performances as well, because I think like there are games like the Arsenal game, he was quality, but then the Brighton game, him and Lokonga were nowhere to be seen in that midfield or getting bossed, dominated. And then yesterday, he started off well in the first half, and then he just didn't really have an impact on the game. Like, I think he needs to pull his socks up and show his quality more in the Arsenal performance, win or lose. But I do also hear the point that Arsenal aren't coached well enough. I'm seeing Odegaard hiding from the ball and playing basically right wing for most of the match. I didn't really understand. Like, you're the number 10, you're meant to be in between the lines to receive the ball from the likes of Partey and create chances. I just don't get what's going on at that team. Like, some players are playing badly, but there is one common denominator, and that's the man who's
manager.
His team out.
Look at Guendouzi at Marseille. Look at Saliba at Marseille. Look what's happened.
Yeah.
And people in the comments are saying Granit Xhaka a massive miss. No, he isn't. Granit Xhaka is dog shit, bro. Arsenal's win rate with and without Xhaka is
and then you know what's going to happen, because you said Xhaka is dog shit, and I've just sat here and not said anything. In the comments, there's going to be at least 2 people that are going to say, "Why does Turkish do this show? He never defends Arsenal. Why don't the club defend the fans?"
What are you defending? Where are you in the league? 12.
Yeah. Exactly. What are you defending? That's your opinion. What? You know what I mean? You're not a spokesperson for Arsenal fans.
Let me tell you, man.
Man want you to defend the team better than the team can actually defend.
I mentioned this on News Daily yesterday, yeah? Not News Daily, the full-time thing yesterday, yeah? And basically, you know the day you lot signed Ronaldo, SAEED, and put it on Twitter?
Yeah.
When the first day you put it on Twitter, yeah? Arsenal released something on Twitter as well, yeah? Where they was talking about 2 guys, and there was quotes from the 2 guys saying, positive things about Arsenal, the community and whatnot, and the, fans. I know one of those guys, yeah? And I've spoken to that guy, and he said none of those quotes were from him. Yes, the pictures are of him, but none of the quotes are from him. Now, Arteta also done a Q&A last month where most of the questions that come in from Twitter, they were accounts created that same month. So Arsenal are more interested in protecting the reality of this club.
Yeah, of course, exactly.
The fucking reality of this club. They know the reality is a mess, but instead of thinking, how do we fix this? They're thinking, how do we stop the fans from seeing this?
Yeah.
That's madness, bro. And that's why I am the way I am.
That's a bigger problem.
Steve is right. I should really, like, as a football fan, you should believe, you should hope. Them men are lying to us, fam. My brethren said that those quotes are not his, and they put it out and published it. That's madness to me. So from when they're doing that, fuck it. Like,
what did they do?
Huh?
What did they do?
They're basically getting fake accounts, really.
Basically, my brethren done my friend done a photo shoot, yeah, just a random photo shoot, yeah. His photos from that photo shoot were used on Arsenal.com, and quotes were attributed to that person.
Oh, they're doing the whole fake quote thing.
Arsenal.
So basically, fake quotes. Yeah, I told you, man.
Obviously, he's black, so you could imagine the rhetoric being created from that article. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the community and stuff like that. But he's saying they didn't even speak to him. And the thing is, if they spoke to him, he would actually have good things to say about Arsenal, the diverse nature, because Arsenal are diverse. But they thought to themselves, we don't need to talk to him. We're just going to lie about stuff he said, put it out there, and act like everything's blessed. It's not fucking blessed.
You man just won best club at the award ceremony. You can strip that award right now. What's going on?
It's mad. It's mad. So I don't even know how to get. Yanis is asking if we invested another 100 mil in the summer, wouldn't that attract the top class manager at Arsenal?
Yeah, it would.
Depends what you spend it on.
Depends on what you want. Yeah, depends what you spend it on. Yeah, but
if you spend it like you've just spent it, then no.
No, but I mean, in terms of if I think Yanis means, let's say the summer's approaching and we go to a top manager and say, here's 100 mil. Would you come to Arsenal? Would a top manager come for that?
Need a bit more than that though. He probably need 150.
Yeah, that's like 2 players.
Well, instead, he gave 150 to Arteta. I actually think 150 could have tempted Conte in the summer. In all honesty, I think it could have. But we didn't.
He wanted to go to Tottenham. He wanted to go to Tottenham at one point, so it was possible, you know. But for me, like a lot of people, you know what I mean, they want to back players for the sake of it. What have they done? You got Xhaka, who's took his shirt off, and you want to keep backing him. He said all this stuff. For me, a lot of fans here, I think it's like a divine right to almost back your players, back your club. If you call something and you see it, you have to call it for what it is. Arsenal at the minute, they're not nowhere where they should be. They should be, for me, competing for major honours. They are a big, big club. Same with United. You know what I mean? A lot of people just need to get their expectations up and stop feeling sorry for yourselves. So, it is what it is.
It definitely is what it is, people. 2,800 still here. We've hit 1,000 likes. Big up all of you guys. Remember, subscribe to the official Big Six channel. The link is in the description below. And to the rest of the lads, including Steve. They're all there, including Alex and Cop TV. They're all there. Channel links, just click it. And obviously, THUGGERY as well. If you like his edits, support the guy. He's got a very smooth channel and a lot of good things coming on that channel too. So make sure you guys are subscribed with your notifications on there too. On the socials at the Big Six Show. As always, any last thoughts from you lads?
No, we're good, man. Big up to everybody.
Time to get revenge against Atletico de Madrid.
Oh yeah, announcement. Sorry, this Friday. Obviously, we can't do 10 p.m. because Arsenal fucking up the wave at the moment. But we're gonna be live midday. So midday, 12 o'clock midday this Friday. That's when we're going to be live. I know I'm going to get a lot of messages saying I love 10 p.m. I love 10 p.m. But this week, Arsenal fucked it. We're back to 10 p.m. next week. Bear with us. Support the thing as you did today. This Friday, midday, the next Big Six show, Game Week 9 preview. Make sure you guys are there. Love for the love as always, people. And yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Peace.